Hello, beautiful friends. Welcome to the Best Mom Ever podcast, your place for learning how to create a close relationship with your teen, even if they have already shut you out. I'm Allison, and I want to help you get out of struggle and into trust, happiness, and confidence with your teen without throwing pills at the problem. Thanks so much for listening, and we are glad you're here. Hello, friends. It's Allison. I am so excited to connect with you. As always, I hope you are having a gorgeous morning or afternoon or evening, whenever you're choosing to listen to this. All right. So if you are listening, you might be struggling with fighting with your teen, and you're in the right place. And I'm happy to guide you and support you with this. So listen, and I hope this really, really helps you. All right. So if you and your teen are fighting, you might be feeling unappreciated. You might be like, geez, like I'm over here keeping you in your soccer cleats and your uniform clean and like carting you back and forth to practice. And like, you're still throwing your clothes on the floor. Like, yeah, it makes you want to scream. Okay, what else? Maybe your kid is like, you've talked to them about curfew and they keep like not even bothering to text you to let you know that they're going to be late. Or maybe you are busting your tail, single parent, over here like, can you please just empty the dishwasher? Like, that's all I'm asking. It's not that much. Ugh. Okay. So if you're fighting with your teen, that's fair. I hear you. And it wasn't supposed to be like this. You wanted to have a closer relationship with your kid than you do with your parents. You did so many things different, and yet here you are struggling with this. I'm sorry to hear it. I mean, like, that sucks. So what are we going to do about it? Right? Because even if like feeling all of these things is totally reasonable, stuck adulting, still being the grown up. Darn it. Okay. So what are we doing here? What are we going to do? All right. So first of all, let's try not to take things personally. All right. Like maybe our teen is like really not thinking about us. They're not. They're thinking about themselves. They're thinking about their boyfriend. They're thinking about the pants they want to paint for senior week. Like they are just not, they're not thinking about us. And so if we can take a deep breath and remember that our love for them is unconditional. And no matter like how much we do that they're not appreciating, that we love them anyway, and try not to take it personally. And chances are that's not enough. That's not going to solve the problem for you today. And that's okay. We have another 20 minutes or so to connect and talk about this. So here's another one. Where is our co-regulation? Okay. Like we co-regulate with toddlers. We help them come down from a tantrum because we know it's part of their development. And the same thing may be true in the situation with our teen. Like we're still responsible to help them regulate. We're still responsible to regulate ourselves. But what does all this mean? Okay. It might be simple. It might mean you need to grab a snack. It might mean you need like a little space. Like I'm going to go get a shower and we're going to talk about this after. Like when's a good time for us to talk about this? Because we're both a little bit too heated. All right. Asking for that break. Taking a breath. Moving our bodies. Oh man, we get so much stress stuck up in there. Like go for a walk, dance around, do some somatic like movement or something. Just get it out of your body, right? We don't need to carry it. We certainly don't need to put it on our teen. Okay, here's another one. And this one hopefully will be really helpful for you, especially in the moment, staying focused on the goal. Like when our teens get into these power struggles with us, like they start pushing our buttons, they start saying the mean thing that they know is going to get us going. Like, you're a bad mom. That's what I get right now from my toddler. Baddie mommy. But if we stay focused on the goal, so like, let's talk about the dishwasher example. Maybe the goal is to get the dishes out of the dishwasher and into the cabinet or the drawer or wherever we keep in our dishes. But maybe the goal really is like to have less stress, to have a cleaner kitchen. Maybe there's a different way that our teenager can be engaged with this. Maybe we're actually blaming the teen when the teen needs more support in breaking down the task. Like I always think about the messy room example. Like people want their teens to clean their rooms, but like maybe, we got some neurodiverse teenagers. I am, I guess, but I'm not a teen anymore. Processing how we're going to problem solve like all of the steps of that big task. It's super, super overwhelming. They don't want to do it. It feels monotonous. And then they just shut off, especially like some of our teens are going to react to that demand itself and be like, no, I don't want to do it just because you asked me. So just thinking about some of those other pieces, staying focused on the goal so that we don't get caught up in those little sidetrack things that maybe our teen is going to guide us down so that they can get away from, so they can escape the need to empty the dishwasher because it feels like a demand. It feels like something they want to rebel against. It feels like inconvenient to whatever they are thinking about, right? Because we were just saying, like, try not to take it personally because they're not thinking about us. They're thinking about all of these other things that they have going on. And yeah, we have feelings about that, but that's still the case. And so being able to stay focused on the goal will help us to be a little more calm, regulated. Okay. More on that maybe another time if you have more questions. Now, all right, maybe our teen isn't sticking to curfew. What thoughts are we letting creep up that are making us really uncomfortable, that are making us feel the angry feelings? Because it's not really our teen being late. It's all the things that we think about that make us feel like we need to react, potentially fight or argue with our kid. So maybe there's a thought that we can let go. Is whatever the issue that we're fighting about something that we can just let go of? Maybe it's really not as important as we're making it out to be because of all the feelings we're attaching to it, all the thoughts that we're choosing to believe. Okay, maybe you have old stuff coming up for you. You're like, it wasn't supposed to be like this. I was supposed to have a better relationship with my teen than I have with my parents. That hurts. And like maybe there's something inside of you that never got healed from that relationship with your parents that wasn't so hot. So maybe you need support from a guide, a counselor, a coach. Maybe you need to do some inner healing here because it keeps coming up. All right. What about gratitude? Okay, I was just talking about coaching. I'm a coach, and coaching is different than therapy. We are very much focused on the goal. Where are we going, not where have we been? And it's really, really challenging. Maybe you can do it, but I don't think most people can be in this energy of an argument, of this back and forth, if we're being grateful, if we are like focused on how precious and cool our kid is and how great they look in their braces and like how they're here and they're so bright and they're precious and they're funny. And maybe if we can focus on those things, then we don't have to be in a state of fighting. We don't have to be in our fight or flight. We can just be so happy for the time that we have left with them because it's so precious. Maybe this is why people give teenagers so much grief. And they don't even do it on purpose. It's like this conversation that always comes up, like, what school are you going to go to? Have you applied for colleges yet? Like, what do you want to do? And I think to some extent, like we all are kind of just so in awe of the opportunity that's in front of them and we're excited about it. We like want to kind of live vicariously through this just vast set of opportunities that's like not adulterated by any specific direction yet. And like as a parent, you get to witness this. with your kid, with your teenager. Like there's so much beautiful opportunity for them unfolding, and maybe you're putting pressure around that, and that might be a whole other conversation. But also, if you can be in awe of that and be so excited for them and grateful for the opportunities that they do have, opportunities that they have that maybe you didn't have. And like on some level, we're like, you should be grateful because, and that maybe is a point of contention. But if we can be grateful because, then it makes it a lot easier for us to not be angry, for us to not get caught up, swept away in an argument with our kid that probably isn't that important. So, speaking of maybe it's not that important, or maybe it is really important, okay? I'm not here to make any judgments, but what can you take more responsibility for in this situation with your kid? Right? Like we were talking about our thoughts and like, what are we thinking? Okay. But if we can take more responsibility in the argument or in the series of arguments, maybe we're going through like a chapter or where we're just butting heads a lot. It can feel really hopeless if you feel like it's like just me against them, or like that if they would change, something could happen. And we've given our power away to them and what they're going to do. And they're just a kid. They might be a very mouthy kid, but they're still a kid. And so, what can we take more responsibility for so that we take our power back? All right. Because maybe it's only 5%. Like maybe they really are being a jerk. But if we can own whatever piece of the conversation we could have done better, or we could be doing better, or we could be more proactive about setting the expectation of the curfew example and like why that's so important. Or maybe there's something we can take responsibility for in the relationship that it's not as strong as we wished that it was because of some way that we've broken trust in the past. So if we can take ownership back, then we take our power back. And then it feels like we can actually solve a problem that we're facing. If we're having to heal stuff because we're getting in these arguments with our teen or whatever, like it's not our teen's responsibility to heal that for us. Like we get to heal it, but it's actually our teen's responsibility to bring that up in us and to trigger it and make us grow into the kind of person that they need as a parent. Cool stuff. Okay. Like, parenting is so hard. And it's like, okay, but we're choosing like this radical growth when we choose to become parents. Whether we knew that or not at the time, I don't know. But if we want to be good parents, we have to figure out how to grow. We have to feel this painful stuff. We have to go through this stuff and get better and practice. All right. Last tip, maybe the most powerful one. I don't know, the gratitude one I really love. Just came up with that today. I just like penciled it in. We can apologize to our kids when we mess up. And this is really a valuable tool because it models the courage to apologize, which is teaching our kids to be more responsible adults. The friendship, like we're teaching them the kind of friends that we want them to have, people that are capable of apologizing when they're wrong. And like, how do we want our kids to see themselves? How do we want our girls to like grow up thinking of themselves? What kind of boyfriends do we want them to have? We want them to feel worthy of an apology, a true, like heartfelt apology. And like I said before, when I was talking about like taking responsibility, like even if it's only 5%, like I didn't like the way we were talking to each other in there. Whatever part is mine, I take ownership of it. I'm sorry. I want to do better. I want us to do better. And I'm going to commit to keep trying. All right. So let's sneak in a quick recap. If we're fighting with our teens, then maybe we get to take things a little less personally. All right. If we're feeling unappreciated, because it's not about us, unfortunately, and finding the space to let that go a little bit. Okay. And then we get to co-regulate. All right. Like figure out how to feel safe in our body in that moment. Step away if we need to. I really like to wear some little earbuds if I'm getting overwhelmed. Thinking critically about like, what thoughts am I allowing myself to think that are making me so uncomfortable right now? Like, what am I worrying about? Is that true? Like, okay, does this serve me? Does this thought that I'm allowing to make me so uncomfortable, is it helping me or my teen? Okay, maybe you've got some old stuff coming up that you need to heal. Those healing journeys, I'm here for it. I'm so proud of you if you're taking that on. Okay. Having gratitude for the radical, amazing, sweet, cool people that we get to share our homes with, taking responsibility and apologizing. Okay. Modeling that courage for our kids. I know you guys can do this. I'm so proud of you already for taking the time to listen. So, thanks for being here. Thanks for listening and investing in your relationships with your teens and your relationships with yourselves. Hello, friends. It's Allison. And as you know, I help parents who are tired of fighting with and feeling disconnected from their teenagers to get close, strong relationships that last a lifetime without throwing pills at the problem. My clients have been able to accomplish amazing things with their teenagers, shift from yelling at one another to holding hands, go from missing weeks of school on end to attending regularly and collaborating on assignments. This is incredible to witness, and I would love to see it for more moms, which is why my team is creating a very special opportunity to help more moms and their teenagers go from feeling defeated and burned out to feeling more freedom and confidence. This will be a brand new beta program for a very small, intimate group of up to 13 fully committed parents who want to build skills and feel confident that they know how to get their teens to open up, discover how to reduce conflict and stress in the relationship, reconnect, and to trust each other again. If this sounds like you, if you know you need this, use the link in the description to register for the waitlist. Thank you so much for listening. Have a beautiful day.